Home Depot. Shh. Don't tell anybody. We're moving. Hey, what's up YouTube? Brian here. Today I want to talk to you about something that I'm sure is probably on everyone's mind after yesterday's vlog, which is how do you overcome the excuse of, I don't have the time. I understand I need to invest in myself, but to do that, I have to have the time in my schedule to be able to make those things happen. So how do I do that? I can hear some of you saying right now, I'd love to invest in myself, Ryan, but I don't have the time. Well, let me just tell you, here's a little secret that you may or may not understand about time. You and I both have the exact same amount of time each and every week. We each have 24 hours in a day. We each have 7 days a week, which means that we both have 168 hours that we can choose to do with as we please. And therein lies the key to being able to invest in yourself and your career. And it's not the fact that we have the same amount of hours, it's what you do with those hours that make a difference. If you think you don't have enough time to invest in yourself, in the book CareerKred, I talk about this in the content creation section because that's really where I see and get the most pushback. But if you're thinking you don't have time to invest in yourself, this exercise applies here as well, right in the middle of the define step. We're gonna call this exercise how to repurpose your time. And it's a very, very simple thing. If you buy the book, you can get a companion workbook for free and you'll have a downloadable PDF in which you can do this. I want you to simply track your time throughout the week. What do you do with your time today? You can't tell me you don't have time if you don't know exactly what you're doing with the time that you have now. So I seriously want you to take this week and think about it. Mark down the times that you sit in front of the television set and you watch Netflix. Okay, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, Daredevil, well, maybe not Daredevil. Yeah, no, they can all wait. They will all wait for you. They are there forever. You can access them anytime you want. But when you're trying to invest in yourself, you may have to sacrifice and you may need to let Luke Cage kind of sit for a little while. You also don't need to know who the latest survivor was to get booted off, and you don't need to know who is winning the Amazing Race. And that one hurts me to say, but when you're trying to build a brand, you're trying to position yourself, you need to invest in yourself, which means you have to make the time. So you need to identify where you spend your time today so that you can begin to assess whether or not that time is actually helping you achieve your goals. Another place I see people spend a lot of time is on social media. And don't take this wrong, I'm a fan of social media. If you're gonna define your brand, position yourself and your career where you wanna be, it means you have to make the time to invest in yourself, which means you need to be strategic about the time that you're spending on social media. Because the truth is, nobody cares about your cat wearing a sweater. Nobody cares about your dog chasing its tail in the backyard. Those things are all fun, but they're also huge, huge time sucks. And that's the point of this exercise, repurposing your time. It's identifying those areas in your life where you spend time doing things that don't help advance your career or your station in life. And spending hours on Facebook, liking and commenting on other people's posts, unless they're strategically aligned with how you're trying to position yourself, doesn't help you one little bit. It make you feel good, but it doesn't help advance your career. So I want you to take some time the rest of this week. It's only 3 days. Write down in a notebook somewhere where and how you're spending all of your time. If you're watching TV for 2 hours in the evening, write down that you spent 2 hours watching TV. Don't need to know exactly what you're watching, but write it down anyway. Because I want you to think about this. If you watch 2 hours of TV each night and next week you decide you're only gonna watch 1 hour of TV, you've just bought yourself 5 hours of time during the course of a week, which you can begin to invest in yourself and invest in your career. And unfortunately, while people don't like to hear these things, this is exactly what you have to do if you're gonna build your brand, if you're gonna position yourself in your career to be the go-to expert, and you're gonna build credibility in your career. You have to think about what you do and how you spend your time. You need to repurpose your time. And with that, I think I've spent enough time on this subject. It's time for you to go figure out how you're spending yours. So until next time, I've been Ryan, and I'm out.